Welcome to Hot Takes and Beer Breaks.
We were over-intoxicated and under-informed.
We're just three dudes talking news and drinking booze.
I'm John.
I'm Jason.
And I'm Justin.
So we have a historical figure in Black History Month that started this weekend.
Let me cut you off right there.
Okay.
So Wawa.
Yes.
We have been neglecting part of our audience, John.
Yes.
And I would like to formally say an apology to them.
Okay, go ahead.
So, welcome to Hot Takes Beer Breaks. I, Justin, S-T-I-N, John, J-O-N,
I don't think.
Jason, J-A-S-O-N. Sorry for my bad sign language. Enjoy.
Wow, that was really good. You just signed the whole thing.
Thank you.
Wow, that was awesome. Okay. So for our audio listeners that normally listen to this on the podcast, Justin just signed. Welcome to the deaf listeners on this podcast for our YouTube audience.
Yeah, I did American Sign Language for 1.5 semester in high school, and I was like,
got to break it out.
Let's bring it back.
Wow, it worked. Okay, so Warren Wawa Snipes, he is a deaf rapper and performer, and a lot of people really enjoyed his performance this week as he signed for all 3 of the pre-performances, and he did an incredible job. He was signing, and he was very enthusiastic. He had a bright, beautiful smile that a lot of people talked about. So
until you mentioned that he was a deaf rapper, I had no idea. I just saw this man going ham.
Oh yeah,
it was just like the energy was awesome.
He did mention he was a little worried he stole the show, but he was excited.
He did steal the show. He deserved it.
Yeah, he was awesome. He has an album that dropped February 1st.
That's awesome.
It's called his deaf album. So Deaf So What, and it's out now.
All right.
I tried to give it a few listen, check it out, but kudos to him. And it was awesome to see during the Super Bowl. We also had another historical landmark this weekend, as Sarah Thomas was the first female referee to officiate a Super Bowl. And then we had 2 female coaches. Last year, we had the first female coach. This is the first time we've had 2, both on Tampa Bay side. So that's really cool. So we all watched the Super Bowl.
We did.
What'd you guys think?
Horrible game.
Well, that's just because you bet on the wrong team, Justin.
I didn't bet on anything. I put a box. And if they didn't kick that goddamn field goal at the end of the game, and then if they just stopped scoring,
quarter.
Whatever, I could have won money.
Justin, you owe me nice.
Did you bring the ice?
I did not. We got to get that.
Well, we'll do it next time.
We'll do it next time. Good game. I guess
it was. I didn't like the game. Mahomes is hurt.
They said that so much. It didn't seem.
He also kept getting hurt throughout the game.
He ran for 500 yards in total.
Oh my God!
Thanks to Next Gen Stats, because he was running away from defenders. A lot of that I felt like was self-inflicted. Like he kind of ran into pressure, I think. Jason, do you think so too?
No.
You think he was kind of running away?
I mean, he was trying to make a play.
Yeah, but like so much of their offense is predicated on the deep pass, and they just never were like, oh, we'll take the short passes and take what you're giving us. You know what I mean? Because they were playing the deep pass.
Fuck that. It's all about home runs, John. Come on now.
Swing for the fences.
That's how you win games.
Yeah, I don't.
But even like he was trying to make some of the plays.
Yeah.
Even when he was scrambling, getting tackled and throwing dimes, one of his teammates caught it out or bounced off his helmet.
Yeah, but I hate that one because everyone's like, this is incredible. It should have been intercepted.
Which one?
The one where he dove and he was getting tackled and he threw into the end zone. It went off a defender's hands and then it hit off the guy's face mask. So yeah, it should have been caught by his teammate, but it should have been intercepted. So it's like incredible play by him, but like maybe we don't give him too much credit for this because he just threw a 50-50 ball up and he has the arm strength. We all know he has the talent. Yeah, but it should have been intercepted. Like, don't give the receiver too much hate.
I am. It was. Right. It hit him in the head.
Well, Tom Brady won his 7th Super Bowl.
Oh, was that surprising?
Nah. I mean, I picked it. I felt like their team was going to be their defense is just too good.
And Tom Brady.
Yeah. Do you like the narrative that the referees kind of gave the Patriots the Buccaneers the game?
I mean, there were a lot of calls.
Yeah. Jason, what do you think?
No, because the Chiefs still couldn't put points on the board.
Yeah.
So yeah, there were 2, maybe 3 calls, but like still to win games, you gotta score points, and they couldn't do that. So,
and they were also kind of committing those penalties, a majority of them, I would say. I mean, there's some ticky tack plays for sure, but you committed the foul. Like it's on you guys.
Yeah, and It's not like Brady's paying off the refs or some shit like that.
No. I think
But
doesn't help the narrative though that it did happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it like with the Deflategate thing? But it was such a huge blowout that even if he was doing anything.
Yeah, there was a ton.
All that was before the Super Bowl, though. That's what the whole conspiracy was. Like he did in the divisional round, AFC Championship, and those rounds, not the Super Bowl.
It was against the Colts too. Yeah.
How does Tony Romo have a job?
They hired him.
They shouldn't have.
People really liked him. You still like Tony Romo. No one does anymore. Jason, do you like Tony Romo?
Yeah, I still enjoy listening to him talk.
You like him breaking down? You don't, Justin? You have a problem?
He was in a Skechers commercial.
Oh, that's your real problem?
Yeah.
Was that your least favorite commercial out of all of them?
One of my favorites, ironically.
Oh, I was going to ask what was your favorite after that.
Well, one of my favorite hated ones was the Scientology one.
Oh, I was going to mention there was a Scientology.
The Scientology one came out of nowhere, talked about nothing about Scientology. I wanted to see Xenu.
There was like overcoming obstacles or something like that, right?
Something about like we need to band together. Scientology TV.
I like that we all kind of stopped and went, what the hell is this?
Collectively, the country just gasped.
It just went, whoa. Yeah. So what was your favorite Super Bowl ad besides the Scientology one? Because you're a Scientology member, level 3, right?
I'm a level 6.
Ah, damn.
Yeah. I have transcended reality.
Get Tom Cruise on this podcast.
I can't. He's level 14 at this point.
Ah, shit.
I can get Travolta. He's only a 9.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. But my favorite was probably the Cousin from Boston.
Yeah, that was a really good one.
Yeah.
That's probably the best one.
Yeah, because they were making such a big deal, or Budweiser was, about not having a Clydesdale ad.
Mm-hmm.
And they must have immediately, as soon as that was announced, they must have jumped on that.
Yeah.
And then just...
it didn't look like it took too long to kind of put that together.
They just had to have a bunch of horses run through some shit.
Yeah.
Which normally happens in Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just every day.
Normal day in Boston.
Yeah.
They basically just took a film they just went to Boston and waited for something to happen.
Yeah, they didn't, there was no script. They just allowed things to happen in Boston.
Jason, what was your favorite commercial?
I was a big fan of the Cheetos commercial with Ashton Kutcher, Mila Kunis, and Shaggy.
That's pretty good. That's pretty
quality.
What do you like about it the most?
It wasn't me.
Yeah, it wasn't me. That was pretty good.
I just liked at the end.
Yeah, the last line was the best.
Mine, I'm just gonna lean into it. It wasn't my favorite, but I guess it's kind of my favorite because it was the State Farm commercial with Aaron Rodgers, and then State Farm agent Drake, and I'm a huge Drake and Aaron Rodgers fan. So
yeah, if there was a Jeep in it, you would have just creamed in your pants.
Yeah,
it would have been the trifecta.
It would have been perfect.
Yeah,
would have been it was basically a commercial made for me.
Yeah. So you are switching to State Farm.
I guess I have to now. I have to pay the extra money for State Farm.
Is it that expensive? Who knows?
I don't know. I have to double check, but I remember it not being one of the cheaper ones that I was, at least for me, when I was looking at insurance. Did you see the Super Bowl streaker though, when it cut off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't even streaking. He was wearing what, a leotard?
Yeah.
So
I thought it was Jason.
Did you see why he did it?
No, why?
So he placed, because during the Super Bowl, you can do prop bets. And he placed a prop bet that there would be a streaker.
Oh.
And he had his buddy kind of fake out the guards, like he was going to go streaking to distract him. And so he could go on the field and sprint and be the streaker. The man walked away with $375,000.
Nice.
Isn't that well, I mean, how does that work in the bets? I mean, someone technically did streak.
Yeah. He got paid off. He won. He won this bet.
How long is he going to jail for?
It's not that long.
Oh, okay.
I think he made bail. I think it cost him like a couple grand or so for bail.
Yeah, so he made money.
Officer, hold on. I'm waiting for my bookie.
I'm surprised he only made $300,000. I would have put everything down. I would have just, if I knew I was going to do this.
Yeah, if you're going for it, go for it.
I would have went for it. That's awesome. Well, I guess
they probably won't have that bet anymore because they'll just promote people going to do it.
Yeah, now they'll take it down. Yeah.
I wonder if it's ever happened before.
Justin, we're looking pretty nice today, though. We got the maroon shirts on.
Yes, we planned this, and it didn't happen naturally.
Jason didn't, come through. I like your hair, though, Justin. Would you put in it though?
Nothing.
You don't put anything?
I don't put any product in.
What about Gorilla Glue? Would you put that in your hair?
No, it's too sticky and it's super glue. Who would dare do such a thing?
Did you guys want to watch the video of?
No.
You don't want to watch it?
No.
I'll watch it.
Not at all.
I'm down to watch it.
People are fucking morons. No, people are morons.
So we just watched the video, Justin.
Yeah, that's so.
I guess someone had to do it. You know what I mean? Like, how would we ever know not to put extremely adhesive. I know.
I mean, the other product she did have was something glue.
Yes, hair glue.
Which, if you have...
Not fucking super glue. I fucking hate
gorilla glue. Gorillas have hair. You never know.
Do you want to... what's worse, the person who put Gorilla Glue in their hair or the people that are donating to her, like, her fund to try and help her go to the hospital to get this taken out?
I mean... Whoa.
I feel like you should reap the consequences of this. Like...
Yeah, screw it.
Like, you made a really bad choice.
Yeah, I think she should just either milk the money out of it or, like, I don't know, go just shave your head.
I wonder, like, I don't think she can. It's so far down. How do you shave that?
I don't know, like
you'd have to
plaster something.
Yeah, she needs like a special. She
basically has to dissolve her hair.
Yeah, that's
Gorilla Glue is crazy.
What a bad choice people make. All right, well. Lou Dobbs also made a bad choice by continued allegations of election fraud. He is a Fox host, a longtime Fox host. He just got fired. Was past tense. He just got fired. There was a report by CNN that was like Lou Dobbs got fired for election fraud allegations or whatever, and he was like fraudulent election, and he put it in quotes. He was like, "Yeah, fraudulent or election claims, whatever." It's like you're still not like seeing what's going on.
So you're saying
this humbled my way through that, by the way.
This man got fired for telling the truth?
Oh, God, Justin.
Listen, just because freedom of speech is dead doesn't mean this poor man, this poor, probably millionaire man, should get fired for this. Yeah, he's spewing out things that are really harmful, air quotes, and or bad and or factually incorrect.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you fire the man. Now he's not going to have health insurance. We don't have organized universal health care here. He's going to die maybe.
Well, the reason he got fired was because Fox News got sued by the company that is doing the election, the election company results. Like, what's his name? It's Smartmatic.
Yes.
They're seeking $2.7 billion in damages. So Fox News was instantly like, nope, printing a retraction. They aired it like 3 times on both this guy's show and 2 other shows that like were main things. And they were like, nope, we didn't. No, we're not. No, we're sorry. Please don't sue us, basically.
It's so easy to get away with anything.
Yeah.
It's like the shit in government where you just say one thing live on the air and then you just retract it later on and technically you didn't do anything wrong. There should be consequences for that.
Yeah. Like, I don't know how much like they're going to go through, but like how much of these damages are going to go through. But
so what? They're suing him for 2-point-something billion. And then just now that he's fired, it's not going to do anything.
I don't know. Maybe it will still go through. I mean,
hopefully
Fox News did this for months and, you know, damaged this company's reputation and such. So it's probably a legitimate claim that they can make. And there's probably talks about Fox News kind of disbanding and not doing this anymore. And so
what do you mean disbanding?
Like they might have to sell their assets to kind of cover this, and they might not be a news network anymore if this goes through.
Because aren't they owned by Disney now?
No, not Fox News. They bought Fox. So like all the entertainment products, but Fox News was not part of it.
Okay.
So they're their own separate thing.
Okay, that makes sense. Because you know the House of Mouse would take them down if they were acting out.
The liberal House of Mouse would take it down.
No. They wouldn't care about what they're saying. It's when they're coming at their bottom line. Mickey don't fuck around.
No, yeah, totally.
Man's got a thirst for just murder. Or Mouse has got a thirst for murder.
Oh, God, that got dark very quickly.
Yeah.
Well, also something that's going on real quick we can mention is the Trump impeachment trial is happening right now as we're recording.
Is this the most important thing going on right now?
No, not at all. But I guess it's kind of important to mention because Trump, if, you know, impeached for a second time and if all this goes to plan, he won't be able to hold public office anymore.
Yes. For all those who are asking why do we continue with this? Why just... It's over. Let him go. Yeah. Because the problem is he can come back. Yeah. If he's not impeached, he can come back.
Yeah. And if you do have legitimate claims to impeach him for something, legitimate crimes, which I think most people would agree with the idea that he probably incited this storm on Capitol Hill, which is what he's getting impeached for. And he's kind of voter allegation frauds. Like, he should be impeached probably.
Yeah.
If found guilty on these charges, and probably not be able to hold public office anymore.
And it's also one of those things where you do this now to prove that there are consequences for things.
Exactly.
Because if you let him go, then the next guy's just going to do it a little more sneakily.
Exactly. Yeah. Like it's this is a long history of, I don't want to diminish like Republican values, but like Republican politicians who have been playing the game, kind of like stoking this fire, have been doing this for a very long time, kind of pushing the envelope farther and farther with what they could get away with. So yeah, there has to be consequences for this.
Has to be.
Exactly. Yeah. And it is constitutional. I've seen a lot of people saying like, this isn't constitutional. No, it is. You can still.
Have you ever even read the Constitution, John?
I own it.
No, you don't.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 8,000 pages long.
All right. It's too much. Can't read it.
I can't even read.
Well, what do you guys think of like the rich? Like, are you big fans of them? Do you follow them on TikTok, Instagram?
What's considered rich?
5 million followers on social media. I don't know.
Are we doing social currency or are we doing actual dollar bills?
Dollar bills.
Dollar bills. So what are we saying? Like over 10 mil net worth?
Yeah, sure.
I don't know. Or are you saying
would you want to eat?
Are you
them?
saying like billionaires? Like we're going top?
Nah, we'll do like millionaires.
Millionaires? No, I've met people who are millionaires. That means nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
Ask them to sponsor this.
I mean, $1 million doesn't mean shit anymore. You can own a business and be a millionaire.
I don't know.
When you have the hundreds of millions of dollars, that's when it gets to the point of hoarding.
Yeah. So there's a viral TikTok trend started by Gianna Belonga. Do you want to?
It's baloney.
How do you read this? How do you read this name right here?
No fucking clue. Baloney.
All right, Gina Baloney.
Like
Okay. So she started a trend called Eat the Rich. Not actually eating the rich, but, unless they're tasty, I don't know, Army Hammer that. You kind of scoop it in, eat
it. He doesn't eat rich people.
Oh, yeah, he eats poor people.
Yeah.
But basically alleging unfollow your favorite celebrities on social media because, for example, Kylie Jenner made $1.2 million on every single ad she posted on social media.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, stop following them. Like, they're just a way for companies to get richer on you, and you kind of follow their, they don't care about you. So why should you care about them, kind of thing?
I have a hot take.
Hot take. Go ahead.
Well, it's if you follow her, yeah, that means you want to see what she has to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody wants to do it, let them do it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree.
Unfollowing somebody just for the sheer eating the rich, I think it's lazy because there are going to be rich people, there are going to be poor people, there is going to be money disparity throughout everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
These people are using the platforms to which they have gotten popular on to their advantage.
Yeah, to sell things. Like, it's no different than starring in a commercial.
Yeah, they're no different at all. So like, what are you going to just stop watching TV? Like, the way our society is organized is capitalism.
You're saying this is dumb.
I'm saying it's overrated. It's not actually. It's one of those things where it tries to address a problem and does nothing about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, by unfollowing this person. Oh well. So they're unfollowed. So say 25% of their followers are unfollowed.
Yeah,
they're still going to make money because they're getting exposure.
Yeah, exactly.
It's one of those things where you need to target. You don't need to target the rich like that. You need to get into the government, have equal tax distribution.
Yeah,
and then be able to have social systems to fund things to help people who actually need the money.
That's a really good point, Justin.
Unfollowing somebody on Instagram who's rich isn't going to change anything because the rich are still going to stay rich. If anything, if they're not making more money, they're just going to keep hoarding it and then not care.
Yeah, because most of these people make money off everything. Like, I don't know how many of them are, I guess there is social media influencers, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't think you're doing anything at this point. So I agree with you, Justin. That was really good. Like, I kind of thought this might be an okay trend, but you convinced me. That's a very good point.
Yeah. So. And personally, like, if I follow a celebrity on like something, I'm interested in what they're doing. I want to see what they're up to. If they're selling a product, sure.
You hear them out.
Yeah.
Because you trust their opinion because, like, you feel like you know them, like their interests.
Yeah. There's you feel like you understand them on a personal level in the least bit of, like, if you're not into the celebrity culture that much, but still it's like, oh, this person's doing this. I'm intrigued. Let me investigate.
Yeah. Like you would trust somebody that you like follow on like, let's say a podcast platform that you listen to. So when you take a beer break and talk about Citra Dreams, the beer that we are drinking today, they can trust our opinion because it's going to be valid because Jason has normally called a lot of beer shit on this podcast.
I've called one beer shit.
I thought it was 2.
No, it was just one.
Okay.
Yeah, only one has gotten the golden shit crown or the golden shit bucket.
But Jason's keeping our audience honest, he's giving us unbiased opinion,
It's hot take.
Yes.
And we're not sponsored yet, so we haven't sold out yet.
But we will.
Maybe ever. What do you guys think of this beer, though? It's a hazy IPA. Jason, you brought it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not bad. It's pretty good.
Where'd you get it?
The package store.
Which one?
Good store.
Small or big?
Small. The normal one I go to on the way to John's house.
Yes.
Yeah.
The nice homey package store that I love so much.
It's pretty good. Like, what do you guys get from it? Like, is there any taste you get from it?
It tastes. It's citra. It's supposed to be, I guess, citrusy, but I'm not getting any of that. It just tastes like a generic IPA to me.
It does taste like a generic IPA. I don't think I'd seek this out and buy it again. Or Jason. But if Jason brought it over and was like, hey, I bought this, I'd drink it for sure. What would you give out of hot takes? Out of 10 hot takes?
How many beer breaks?
That
This
one.
is a terrible rating scale.
We have a different one. We have a different one every single time.
It's a terrible rating scale.
What do you got, Jason?
Well, first off, it's from Captain Lawrence Brewing in Elmsford, New York.
See, that's why I asked you to talk about it, because you got it, Jason.
You can read.
I believed in you.
No, it actually doesn't say anywhere on the can where they're from. Just says Captain Lawrence.
But it does say designed by enormous creative.
It says it on the top.
Where?
No, but it doesn't say where they're from.
Oh, it doesn't say where they're from. Okay. It just says, okay. I got what you're trying to say. I thought you were trying to say it doesn't say the brewery on it.
No.
It's pretty baller. It's 7% though.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah,
not as good as that 10% we had last week.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Jason, what do you got?
How many beer breaks?
How many beer breaks?
I'm not indulging in this terrible rating scale.
All right, so out of 1 out of 10, what would you give it?
I don't know, give it like a 7.
That's 7 beer breaks.
Nice.
No, I
We
take
got
it back
him.
then.
We tricked them. Justin,
Yes.
what do you got? How many beer breaks?
I'll give it a 6 beer breaks out of hot takes.
I'll give it a 6 too.
Nice.
Maybe like a 5 because I'm indifferent on it. Like I wouldn't seek it out. I wouldn't care for it. Like I feel like a 6 or 7. You're like, oh, I'd go get.
You know, hot take 6.26.
All right, that is a hot take.
Yeah, it
And
really
it is a
stitches.
beer
It
break.
really stitches it together.
Okay, well, talking about.
I hate you.
Hey, that's my line.
You clearly don't get his joke, John.
I'm just moving past it. I've learned to just ignore Justin and keep going.
That's what John says when he doesn't get Justin's jokes.
Oh my God, Jason. Let's get into. So we're talking about celebrities. You guys, did you watch the Britney Spears documentary on Hulu?
Who's that? Never heard of her.
It's Britney, bitch.
Oh, okay.
Did you watch it?
I did not.
I watched it. So, Jason, did you watch it?
I did not. No.
Okay. First off, Hulu's search. What?
I was gonna say my favorite video involving Britney Spears.
What's that?
There's it's like a short video. I don't know if it was a Vine or it definitely wasn't a TikTok.
Okay.
Back in the day, it's a concert, and then all of a sudden, it's a Britney Spears concert, and all of a sudden it gets really quiet, and somebody in the crowd goes, "Who is it?" And Britney looks over towards the guy's area, laughs, and then goes, "It's Britney, bitch." And then the crowd goes wild.
Oh, really?
It was so authentic of a laugh. She's like, "This is great."
They kind of talked about, I assume this is in the area of time where she kind of had her mental breakdown and came back.
The shaved head?
After the shaved head.
Ah, okay.
So like this documentary kind of goes into it and I can kind of describe it to you guys. I thought it was okay. It wasn't, I don't think it's like the greatest documentary I've ever seen on someone. I think a lot of us know the information already. The main line of this is basically the media shit, and they treated Britney Spears like shit for years.
What? A young girl in the spotlight?
Yeah.
They treat her like shit? Gas.
Yeah, it talked about like at this time, she was kind of one of the first, I guess, female artists in this time because it was like a lot around the time of like boy bands and everything. So like she was kind of alone on this idea of becoming a big female pop star and was kind of a trailblazer at this time. And they talked about how even at like 16, when she kind of started getting her big following, even though she was on Mickey Mouse Clubhouse and all this other shit, like when she really started taking off, she was like 16.
Yeah, when she did it again.
Yeah, she did it again. And there was a lot of very inappropriate people talking about her body and her sex life and what she's doing and There's even an earlier video when she's just starting off, like she's like 10.
Yeah.
And some old man is like, do you have a boyfriend?
Ed McMahon.
No, it's not Ed McMahon.
Pretty sure it said something.
Oh, what, Ed McMahon on like...
Yes.
Was he a talk show host?
He was something back in the day. Honestly, I really don't remember. I just know who it was.
Okay. Well, there was an old man and
no relation to Vince.
Okay. There was an old man who kind of like, I'm just going, who was kind of like, oh, like, do you have a boyfriend? And she's like, no, she's 10. And then he was like, do you want to be mine? Or like, could I be? I was like, what? Like,
and this was only in the 90s.
Yeah. So it's really weird. So you can kind of leading up to it, you kind of get the sense of like why Britney Spears kind of like, you see the paparazzi. The paparazzi is insane. Like, there should be laws against that. It's insane what she had.
Yeah, it's harassment.
And also the talk about like one of the viral things that came out of this thing was Justin Timberlake owes Britney Spears an apology because he made the song Cry Me a River, which was basically alleging that Britney Spears cheated on him. And because of this, everyone basically thought she was a slut and like she was, you know, they used a lot of very bad terms to call Britney Spears, right? I don't think that's Justin Timberlake's fault.
I mean, is it confirmed that she cheated on him?
I don't know if it's confirmed.
Also, is it anyone's business?
It's yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, he did make a song about it.
But at the same time, like, you're not going to kill Ariana Grande for making a song about Pete Davidson, right? Like, Thank You Next was kind of about all her exes and kind of made Pete Davidson suicidal, right?
Yes.
Like, there's tons of other female artists that have made songs. Taylor Swift, known to make songs.
Every single boyfriend?
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, if you have emotions and you have feelings and you want to share those. Like, if Britney Spears did cheat on Justin Timberlake, right? And he made a song basically saying, like, she cheated on me and this is how I feel. What's wrong with that? Like, it's the media's fault for then harassing Britney Spears and destroying her personal life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not Justin Timberlake's fault. Like, he's making a song about his emotions.
Yeah.
It's our fault for kind of going on Britney Spears. Like, that doesn't make her a bad person if she cheated. She's not. She doesn't seem like a harmful person or a bad person.
Well, you got to think of it like this, John. People are very reactionary in everything.
Yeah.
So Justin Timberlake's a big name they can latch onto and hate on him.
Yeah.
So the real people who are an issue here are all no-name people or corporations and shit like that.
Yeah.
So can't get mad at them.
No, yeah. In my opinion, now you guys can disagree with me if you think I'm wrong. I just think it's unfair to kind of go after Justin Timberlake for this because at the same time, he's also dealing with some things, not to the extent of Britney Spears, but like I saw like on the thing, it had a cover. It was like, yeah, Justin Timberlake makes sissy music, but at least he nailed Britney Spears. I was like, that's a terrible line. What is wrong with you?
What's so sissy about his music?
I don't know. He makes good music.
He's a pop star. Like pop music.
Yeah. I like Justin Timberlake.
Probably just because he has a high pitched voice.
Yeah. So he's obviously going through some stuff at that time too.
Yeah.
Are you going to, like, if there was a documentary to come out and explain like what he went through mentally, I don't know if people would feel different. So I think it's much more the media, the paparazzi, and the way they just destroyed this young girl. Like she clearly probably has mental health problems now. And I think that has a lot to do with what they did to her.
Yeah. Has there been like rules and laws or something? Because you don't really see this as much anymore with the younger artists.
I think they've kind of backed off and.
Yeah. Or have we just not noticed? Or because there's so much exposure with social media. So constantly they're online all the time, regardless. They don't need to.
I think that's a very good point. I mean, print media is kind of dying. Like, I think back then there was just so much money to be had with pictures of Britney Spears. You know what I mean? Where
like nowadays you can just Google any pop star.
Exactly. Like,
and they're posting stuff themselves.
Like, I don't think too many of them, like, I'm sure they're doing very invasive stuff and trying to find very lewd photos and stuff still, but I don't think it's as lucrative as it used to be. It was just insane back then.
It was like the perfect breeding ground for scumbags. Yeah. Because it was right when everyone wanted the most content all the time, but didn't have the internet as a vehicle to get it all.
Yeah, that was literally the only way.
And also there was, it was, I'm not going to say progressive because it's just a fucked up situation. Yeah. She was a girl and then people were treating her like she was a grown woman.
Yeah, it's really disgusting. Like, you have to remember, like, she's 16 at the time she starts kind of blowing up. And then, like, she's in her early 20s when she kind of has that mental breakdown. Like,
yeah.
And you can completely understand it. Like she shaved her head. I think she thought like there's no way out. You know what I mean? They're following me around wherever. I ask them to leave me alone. Like they interviewed one of the guys, one of the paparazzis, like, oh, she never asked us to leave us alone. She's like, well, what about the time she did? And he was like, well, that was like for a day. It wasn't like forever. Like the rationale was crazy. They were like, we're not bad people. We're just doing a job. And she needs us because we keep her fame. It's like, she doesn't fucking need you.
Yeah. The 90s, for some reason, like the 80s, 90s kids actors got fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
Like probably, well, maybe because we know about it more than anything, like Macaulay Culkin, people
Lindsay
like
Lohan. She was also on
like
Paris Hilton was she was interviewed and she talked about how hard it was. And
like all of them, for some reason in that time period, just, it was weird.
It was awful.
I mean, child actors and famous children stars like probably also dealt with shit before that. But it's just we know so much about like
it's
the
also
recent
like
ones.
a weird blow up where everyone wanted to care and you know sorry also like she had that mental breakdown, which is completely understandable. She shaved her head. She had the umbrella incident. And like, there's a lot of things. And you're just like, yeah, that completely makes sense. Like that seems like a rational person making rational decisions. Like I would throw shit at the paparazzi too. Like I'd be pissed. I would, if I didn't see a way out, like, and I was like, oh, they're touching my hair. Like I'd shave my hair too. Like that makes complete sense. And I'm completely on Britney's side. It was really good to see. Then it dives into the second half of the documentary is about like, so her dad has like a controlling interest on her money and everything and kind of took control of her assets and how her performances would go. And it did seem like it was a good thing at the start. Yeah. She started to make a resurgence. She seemed really happy and healthy. This also seemed to be like a die down, like social media started blowing up. So it seemed like she was kind of in a healthier place where there wasn't as much paparazzi and craziness around her and people were rooting for her and excited to see her do her thing. And there was a lot of talk about like she was the first one to kind of discuss mental illness and stuff like that. So it's cool. But now it's to the point where it's been too much. She doesn't want her dad to be in charge of her anymore. She never wanted it. Actually, she wanted an unbiased person to do it. So
because now he has control and basically that's his cash cow.
Yeah. Like, it's a weird situation. I think, I don't know. How do you guys feel about it based on what I just described? That's basically the documentary.
I mean, I don't want to judge, but a father who will let his daughter at age 10 be sexualized like that. Yeah. Not surprised he's controlling still.
He was they talk about it briefly. And I don't know if this is a fair portrait to paint of this guy. Maybe he does care about his daughter and maybe he did just, you know, they kind of came from poverty or they were a middle-class working family and she was the ticket out and he was excited for her to make money. Like one of the first things I guess he said was she's going to get rich and buy me a boat. So
she's going to get rich. Therefore, I profit.
Yeah. So you could kind of see where this guy's.
That's toxic.
That's at least where the documentary kind of alleges that he was going.
That's well, free Britney.
Yeah. Hashtag free Britney, I guess. We're on that side.
Yeah.
That's all the stories I got this week.
Thanks for drinking with us. Find us at Hot Takes and Beer Breaks on social media and wherever you get your podcasts. Cheers.
Adios.
Bye.
People are morons.
All right. It's right on the, if you go to the Google Doc, you pull it up.
Oh. You guys take a look at my tabs. It's all the signs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Well, I didn't remember how to do any sign
language. Did you watch it, Jason, already?
I saw something of it on scrolling through Instagram.
It's kind of funny.
Just so fucking stupid. Yeah, that bitch.
We'll get into it a little bit.
People are so fucking stupid.
Yeah. You like that segue, though?
Hey, y'all.
Yeah, that was good.
But those of y'all that know me know my hair has been like this for about a month now. It's not my choice. No.
That is my
It's
fucking
not my
choice.
choice.
Stupid bitch.
When I do my hair, I like to, finish it off with a little Dr. B glue spray. Just to keep it in place. Well, I didn't have any more Dr. B glue spray, so I used this Gorilla Glue spray. Bad idea. Yo, look, my hair, it don't move. You hear what I'm telling you? It don't move. I wash my hair 15 times and it don't move. Stiff wear. Woo. My hair. So I'm gonna tell y'all like this. If you ever run out of got to be glue spray, don't ever use this unless you want your hair to be like that.
Ready?